Hello and welcome back to Dinar Info News. I'm your host, and today we have a major update. Iraq's official Gazette confirms Dinar Rate Change. Major RV Update 2025. Now sit back, grab a notepad, because we're about to dive deep into the latest developments, explain what this means for IQD holders, and explore the implications of the Gazette publication. You may already know that investors in the Iraqi dinar have long awaited signs that the dinar might finally revalue or reunify its multiple exchange rates. Today, that anticipation escalates sharply with news that the long-feared official document appears to contain the language or legislative framework tied to fiscal reform and, possibly, a formal exchange rate shift. According to Dinar Chronicles, they're reporting on the Iraqi official Gazette's issue No. 4814. Published February 17, 2025, and a later release in mid-April, reportedly includes Law No. 4 of 2025, the amendment to the federal budget law for fiscal years 2023-2025, Dinar Chronicles plus 1 Dinar Chronicles. Within that same publication, analysts are noting monetary language that they interpret as hints toward a revaluation possibly targeting April 25, 2025, as a go-live date for new official exchange rate language. Dinar Chronicles. To put that in context, earlier in 2025, insiders and gurus like Mark C. and Mountain Goat had monitored the Gazette and confirmed the law amendment was published, but cautioned that simply publishing the budget amendment does not necessarily guarantee an RV or immediate new exchange rate being actionable at banks the next day. Dinar Chronicles plus 1. The difference now is the presence of fiscal or monetary wording inside the same Gazette that suggests an implementation plan, likely tied to the official rate used by the central bank, rather than street or parallel market levels. At the same time, economic updates from sites like Rose Rambles and Dinar Recaps describe a confluence of developments. The Iraq Federal Supreme Court issued a ruling on April 10, 2025, mandating that the Kurdistan Regional Government contribute oil revenues directly into the federal budget and coordinate salary payments, removing fiscal barriers that previously held back the 2025 budget approval and potentially the RV mechanics. SHAFAQ.com, +3 DinarReport.com, +3 Dinar Chronicles, +3 Iraq-businessnews.com, +8 RoseRAMBLES.org, +8 Dinar Recaps, +8, coupled with new Central Bank of Iraq regulations issued April 8 on international card usage limits, $10,000 per month for retirees, $20,000 for travel, $50,000 for medical abroad, plus official exchange rights via an e-governance platform. These moves are widely viewed as preparatory steps for stabilizing the dinar before a value shift. RoseRAMBLES.org. Financial analysts and pro-RV commentators have drawn links between Iraq's launch of its tier trade corridor system on April 2 and tariff-driven shifts global, encouraging trade denominated in Iraqi dinar rather than dollars as import costs rise in competing markets. This is expected to strengthen demand for IQD and could move the official rate toward the range of 9,100 dinar per USD by mid-year. Dinar Recaps. Meanwhile, speculation about a potential pegging of the dinar to gold supported by growing gold reserves adds weight to long-term stability scenarios at rates like 500 IQD per USD by 2026 or beyond. Dinar Recaps. Of course, not everyone is convinced. Reputable economists and experts repeatedly point to dual exchange rate dysfunction in Iraq, where the official rate around 1,310 to 1,320 IQD per USD differs sharply from the market rate approximately 1,460 in 2024 to 2025. Iraq-businessnews.com +1. Persistent black market premium, dollar smuggling to Iran, and major fiscal deficit concerns. An estimated 80 trillion IQD gap are cited in public finance warnings, as in a June 2025 Iraq Business News analysis noting fiscal stresses make rapid RV unlikely unless structural reforms accelerate. Iraq-businessnews.com. But today's focus is the Gazette itself, and the fact that it carries not only the amended 2025 budget law but also terminologies that insiders interpret as monetary policy instructions. That has set off a wave of speculation that Iraq is preparing to formally align its official exchange rate with real trade metrics. Some community sources project rates as low as 1,100 or even down toward 1,000 or below, should non-oil exports and trade corridors function as forecast, with further declines possible if gold peg plans materialize. Dinar Chronicles. Dinar Recaps +1. For viewers watching this story unfold, the key takeaway is that the official Gazette confirmation is the strongest documented signal yet that Iraq's government is serious about activating a rate change. It doesn't guarantee overnight exchange or redemption opportunities, but it does elevate the chance of an RV timeline in the mid-late April to May 2025 window. Many within the community had long held April 2025 as a potential trigger month. Today's developments give that timing more legitimacy. That, as always, it's important to be cautious. Reddit threads, scam alert forums, and anti-RV communities continue to warn that the dinar market has been rife with pump-and-dump schemes, fraud, and unrealistic promises for decades. Reddit.com+2. Indeed, past predictions of RV around Trump's presidency, 2016, or earlier, have never materialized. But what's different now is that the signals are coming not from rumor mills or Telegram channels, but from an official legislative publication, one that analysts and even central bank governors have acknowledged in public statements earlier this year. That said, the clutter remains. Market rates remain unstable, dollars are still smuggled to Iran, conflict pressures persist. As Iraq Business News warned mid-2025, without sustained non-oil revenue growth and transparent budgeting, the confidence needed for a full RV may not hold. Iraq-businessnews.com. Still, insiders believe that the fiscal law language plus the digital payment reforms and trade infrastructure launching this spring create a foundation for a shift, but possibly staged, not abrupt. So if you're a dinar holder, what should you consider? First, be aware that physical exchange at banks may not open immediately. The transition is likely phased. A formal Gazette language gives legal authority, but banks, ATMs, card systems, and trading platforms must update. That could take weeks or months. Second, any claims of immediate redemption appointments or guaranteed profits should still be scrutinized. And third, the potential value ranges widely. Analysts propose 1-to-1 or 3-to-1 rates, which would equate IQD approximately equals USD, but mainstream economic modeling suggests a more moderate shift to 900 to 1,100 IQD USD first, with gradual stabilization thereafter. Let's recap. Issue No. 4814 of the Iraqi official Gazette, published in February, includes the amendment to the 2025 budget law, a formal document that sets legal groundwork. By April, analysts spot monetary language interpreted as RV framework, concurrent institutional reforms, Supreme Court budget resolution, digital finance rules, TARE corridors, international trade shifts, SAD structural momentum, rate projection. Modeling now centers on April 25, late May 2025, for potential RV trigger, and while serious skepticism remains, this marks the most tangible governmental documentation yet, tying fiscal policy to currency reform. As we wrap up, remember this is not financial advice, just commentary on public documents and visible reforms. If the official rate does shift, timing, method, and accessible exchange protocols will determine real outcomes for holders. Stay alert to credible sources like the Central Bank of Iraq, reputable financial news, and legal Gazette publications. Just rumor feeds. Thank you for tuning in to Dinar Info News. Today's update: Iraq's official Gazette confirming dinar rate change is arguably the most legitimate signal yet, and it deserves our full attention. We'll continue to monitor developments closely, when the banks open, if official government confirmation of a new rate is released, and how global markets respond. I'm your host, signing off for now. Stay safe, stay informed, and we'll be back with the next update soon.